Good afternoon, my community of devoted light. Namaste to each and every single one of you. It is me, Leslie Tanner. I'm making that long awaited video that I promised last week, and this is not an apology for my tardiness. I work at the pace that the universe commands me to work. And that's just how it will always go, and this is not an apology. Yet I thank you. I express gratitude for your patience and waiting for this little update. So, first of all, I just want to welcome all the newest members of the community of devoted light since that joined since the beginning of June. Those of you that were here before the beginning of June, we got to witness a historic milestone in the growth of our community here, and an amazing, wonderful little delicious dessert it is to get to experience that with all of you. Namaste to you with the renewed vigor, energy, enthusiasm, excitement of our newest members. I am so excited for what lies in the wait for us coming into the future. What we'll be able to be able to accomplish together. Now that our community grows, our light grows, and our light even extends further into the dark, decaying universe around us. Blessings to you, and welcome all new members. It's great to have you. Now, next, I wanted to just give a post-telethon update. Now, that telethon took a little bit out of me, and it took me a little bit to recover, but here I am, and ready, excited, with a renewed excitement, a renewed commitment, renewed vigor of just seeing exactly how hungry people are for the tools and benefits that are available through this program of explorations. Now, it's easy to sit here. Here I am in the studio with a casual shirt on, and it's easy to just be in the silo of work, the silo of the burden that you all put on me. But now that I see how hungry my hungry little birds, my hungry little piggies that are looking for the tools, I am excited about what's next now post telethon. Now, first little update: if you all are getting something out of this telethon, whether it's my for the $5 tier up through the $25 tier, you are all getting a little special something in the mail. And just a little update on that, that'll be shipped out by the end of this month. So I'm putting some final touches on it. We'll be duplicating tapes here in the studio and sending them out by the end of July. So I would say maybe look in the mail around the beginning of August for your special little something. You know who you are. You knew who you are, and you knew how the investment that came before you, and you said, snatch, gotta have it. So be on the lookout for a special little package from me, Leslie Tanner, at the beginning of August. Secondly, as the telethon fades into the past, our first Growth to Nowhere telethon, which was a milestone, by the way, really a tremendous feat on all parts. But also, I wanted to inform you of some changes that'll be the evolution of our community of devoted light is an evolution is taking place, and in so doing, I want to share with you the ways in which it is evolving. Now, one aspect is our weekly affirmation video. Now, a lot of times I intend to post on a more regular weekly schedule, but the production that's involved in the music, in the editing, in the capturing, in the processing, in the such and so forth, it ends up taking me out of that weekly thing. But now that we have a lot, like I said, some hungry birds here, what we're going to be doing here with our weekly affirmation video is shifting to a more intimate experience, where you can ask me something in a topic that I can delve into more intimately, more regularly, and more directly with each and every single one of you, my community of devoted light. You deserve it, after all. You deserve that intimacy with me, Leslie Tanner. I can't wait to read your suggestions and questions. By the way, leave them on the bottom of this video, either in Discord or on Patreon. I'll look through them and I'll pick one each week, and we'll dive headfirst into that which will take us to the next level, even one step closer. If it's one step, it's worth it, is what I always say. Now, that's a shift from that. So we'll be shifting to that, a more direct conversational intimacy between you and I. The other update as far as the community of devoted light goes is specifically to my Bursting Beacon tiers. Now, several of you signed up for the Bursting Beacon tier to receive that special limited edition VHS tape with the exclusive exclusive guided meditation. And Lord knows that's coming in the mail. That's definitely coming to you. But I saw something special this past month. I saw a certain hunger and a thirst for the form of a VHS tape. Something that kind of caught me off guard. So what I think we're going to do going forward, and this applies to my bursting beacons that were a part of that tier as we entered June. So this is specifically for you. Now, at that point, you had been signed up for a print, and I've been sending out these really gorgeous, high-quality art prints for your home as sort of meditation pieces for your home. And this round, we're going to do the prints. We're going to do the prints, but after this round, after this quarter, we're going to be switching gears a little bit. Instead of the prints, I am going to be sending out a VHS tape with some materials, some exploration materials every 3 months. So for everybody that's here going forward, if you stay a part of the Bursting Beacon tier, you'll be receiving yet another VHS tape from Leslie Tanner, me, full of, maybe dress and exercise, some tips and tricks, and a guided meditation. There, a smattering of things that you'll be receiving in the mail every 3 months via this VHS tape. All signs point, let's go green for go into the foreseeable future. Let's get you guys the tapes that you want, that you need to get you to the next level. Now, finally, I want to take a second and address flying Vitas. This week's affirmation, this week's frequency that we'll be, we're attuning to and exploring will be Flying Vita. Now, Flying Vita, a couple, at this point, maybe about, 6 weeks ago, posed a question to me. Leslie, can you please address with your mind and your spirit and your body, can you please address going through big changes? Now, Flying Vita at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're speaking specifically to a move. You were moving, and I assume that you have moved already. But this is a sort of perennial question, right? A sort of evergreen question that we all have in our lives. Because one thing is for sure, everything's changing at all times. You can't stop it. Any 2-bit Buddhist with half of a fucking brain cell will tell you exactly the same thing. Oh, change is always constant. Well, they're right in this case. The relationship to that change, I would contest, but we can get into that in another time. Now, one thing that I want to get into, I'll bet a lot of people, they're afraid of the change, but most of the time they go through the change and it's not that big of a deal, or it's even good. That's their attitude about it most of the time. That's all of us. We get a new job. Some things are better, some things are worse. We get a new apartment. Some things are better, some things are worse, but maybe we got a new fridge out of it. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Things are evolving. Usually it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it's even good. However, I want to focus on the percentage that it's bad. Now, a lot of time, change is excruciatingly bad and shows us things about ourselves and the universe that are very, very, very upsetting. Now, I don't know if this was the case for you, Flying Vita, but I can absolutely guarantee you that a change coming up in your future, Flying Vita, is going to be one of these changes, a bad change. And this is going to show you something about the world, about someone that you trust, that you can't trust. It's going to remind you that, you're more alone than you allowed yourself to believe, that you just simply didn't have what it takes to surmount a certain change in your life. That you're not what you thought you were. You are as the universe around us, this world around us decays, you are an extension not only of, at times, the robustness of that universe, but also the decay of that universe. And in so doing, exposing, your rotten underbelly, inability to go with the change, and ultimately, fading away. So, listen, I want to focus in on that. I want to focus in on this failure. I want to focus in on this inadequacy. I want to focus in on this disappointment. Because a lot of us, obviously the people drawn here to this community are bright. But one thing that's working against you, as far as this brightness is concerned, is that your ability to intellectualize a physical or emotional experience. And in so doing, creating a layer of defense against experiencing that is often is a negative experience. You take that negative experience, and I think about it. I can use science around it. I can use religion around it. I can use meditation around it. I can use some sort of stupid little aphorism that everybody says back and forth. I can use all these things as a defense, cocoon it, make it an object, put it in front of me. No. What I'm calling you to do, Flying Vita and everyone who with ears to hear this message, is if you find yourself in the depths of a disappointment, critical disappointment, critical failure of something around you that should just goddamn be working better. And it should. You're right. It should. You're right. Or maybe that failure's inside of you. I should be better at this. I should be better at this so I can overcome the challenges in my life. Yes, you should. Now, don't let yourself run away from that word, should. It should be better. You should be better. That experience, that dissonance between you and yourself, you and the other, you and the outside world. That's it. Hold on to it. Protect it. Protect your misery at all costs. Do not allow anyone outside of you to give you a framework, a box, a little bow to put on it. And most of all, don't allow yourself to give you this. That misery is invaluable. And the raw experience, the raw material of it, ladies and gentlemen, is striking gold in your path to the next level. So as you experience this big change, Flying Vita, and anyone else in my community of devoted light, as you experience these big changes, if they're fine, they're fine. Let them be fine. If they're good, enjoy the good, of course. But if they're bad, it's time to suit up. You're a gladiator of misery. Sink your teeth into it. Dig your heels. Square yourself fully against the depth and breadth of the excruciating nature of this negative change. Do not objectify it. Do not distance yourself. Embed yourself into it. Become it. You know, as I was addressing Buddhists earlier, often a common adage among them is that, feelings aren't you. You aren't feelings. And this is one of their critical failures. Because, yes, they have this tool, and we all have this tool to create feelings as an object in front of us. But one thing these water-brained morons couldn't understand if a fucking tree hit them in the head with it, is that it's a tool, and a tool that is signing their death certificate on their path to the next level. Yeah, sure, feelings aren't you, but they should be. There's that word again, should. It should be. Well, namaste, my community of devoted light. Blessings to all of you. I can't wait to get to do this more regularly with you. Now, once again, go ahead, leave your comments, leave your little questions, and I'll be reading through them, and I'll pick another one for next week. But until then, guys, be on the lookout in August for your little packages, and blessings to you. Namaste, everyone.